K221GF921 of San Antonio. This is KLMO 98.9 and 92.1 FM. We are San Antonio, Columbus Broadcasting Station.
Good Saturday morning. We are KLMO, Alamo Tejano, 98.9 FM, San Antonio's 92.1. We are San Antonio. Good Saturday morning once again, and welcome to Life Stories with April Monterosa.
All right. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Adam.
Happy New Year.
How was your New Year?
It was great. How about yours?
It was good.
Good.
Good, yes. All right. Well, welcome to Life Stories. My name is April Monterosa, and I'm the publisher of Live from the Southside magazine. And yeah, this morning was a little misty on my way over here. What about you, Adam?
There was a little bit of mist. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy weather.
I'm waiting for the cold front.
Yeah, they said it was
come
going to stay
back.
cold, and I don't know what's going on. But we
Yeah.
got cold during the Christmas season, so that was good.
Yeah, that
Felt
was.
like Christmas, you know.
All right. Well, today our special guest is Miss Atalaya. I'm not going to say her
got it.
last name because I will butcher it up. But Atalaya, please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Atalaya Figueroa, and I'm owner of Hair by a Blonde.
All right. So welcome to Life Stories. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for getting up this morning. I know it's a little early. Not everyone's a morning person.
I have to be because I have kids. So I have to be a morning person.
And you're an entrepreneur, so
Yes.
you know what it's like. So tell us, you're the owner of Hair by a Blonde, and you're the founder of Cut-a-thon.
Yes.
We'll get to that in a little bit, but where are you from?
So I grew up in Floresville, Texas.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I got family in Floresville.
Nice. All right.
So close to the south side.
Yeah.
So I love it out there. I love being in the country and, just growing up with my friends, and you get a close bond because you literally in school, you're with them from kindergarten until you graduate.
Yeah.
So
Do you still live there in that area?
no,
Okay.
I actually live actually close to here,
Oh,
like
okay.
5 minutes up the street.
Oh, nice. I live closer to there.
And in Floresville, everybody knows everybody.
Yes, everybody knows everybody.
It's
But
it's
cool.
growing, but yeah.
It's grown a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It
that's
has.
like a little destination town.
Yes,
now.
a lot of people are moving out there.
Yeah, because it's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
All the wide open spaces are out there.
Yes.
So, how did you get into the beauty industry?
I actually started when I was in high school. I would, do people's hair for prom or quinces. I did my own hair for my quinceañera. I would play around with color, like on my friends. So it started really early for me. And then when I graduated, I went straight into beauty school. And then right after I graduated beauty school in 2006, I started working like the next week.
Wow,
So,
that's awesome.
I was 19. Yeah.
Well, beauty services are expensive. I have 5 stepdaughters, so being in the beauty industry myself for over 20 something years, it's coming in handy now. I'll tell you that. So we have 2 things in common. We've both been in the beauty industry a long time, and we're both nominated for a Reader's Choice Award by the San Antonio Express News. How does that feel?
It feels good. It feels good because I've been doing this a long time, and to still have the same support that I've had since I started Hair by a Blonde, like 6 years ago, it really feels good that people are still there for me. You know, haven't fell off yet.
Well, your work speaks for itself. 'Cause I do follow you, and I mean, people are always happy with all your creations. I call them creations because every client that you get is different. You
Mhm.
know, when I was in the beauty industry, my forte was not hair. I was more in the spa side. But I remember, clients would come in with a picture of like J Lo, and they're like, I want my makeup done like that. I want my hair done like that. But in their head, they're gonna look like that. And that is not always the case. I'm sure you can relate to that.
Yes.
So, what is like your top service that you do at your salon?
My top service definitely is color correction.
Ooh,
So I do a lot of color correcting.
I bet.
Like these big, long services, but those are my favorite because I love seeing
The transformation.
Yes, yes.
Stay away from box color. I can't stress that
I
enough.
always say that. I actually got in trouble for saying that the other day from somebody, but we won't talk about that.
No, and it's not so much the product itself, it's the knowledge of the use of it. So, just because I don't want to say brands, but you know, a certain brand says, "Oh yeah, 5 minutes you can."
Yes.
If your hair's been chemically treated, if you've gone through any illnesses and any medications,
Mhm.
there's so many things that factor into that, and then you go buy this cheap box of hair color, right?
Mhm.
And you put it on. Chances are, you're lucky if it comes out the way you want it to.
Yep. And Beyonce and Eva Longoria do not use box color.
I exactly.
Even though they're on the ads.
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty much being an influencer.
Yes.
So where can they vote for you? I know that it's on if you Google Reader's Choice Award by the San Antonio Express News, or I think My Essay.
My essay.
You're under what category?
Hair salon.
Hair salon.
Yes.
So you guys Google Reader's Choice Award by San Antonio Express News and go vote for
Yes.
Hair by a Blonde.
Yay.
And vote for me too.
Yes.
Live from the South Side. I'm under social media influencer, which I think is so weird, but that's what I'm under. So, what inspired you to get into the beauty industry?
I don't know. I just always loved doing hair, which is really weird because
Do you do makeup?
I don't do makeup.
Well, your makeup's like
Thanks.
killer.
People have always asked me that.
You
But,
should. You should add that to your. Yeah, I know.
couldn't. That's
I
hard.
used to do bridal makeup,
Oh no.
and it's never the bride. It's
always
the
like the
bride's
mom.
mom.
Yes.
That's like, oh girl,
That's how it is
ain't
with
your
hair.
wedding, girl. Get out of here.
That's why I don't do formal hair anymore either. Cause it's
Oh,
just
that's
too
even
much.
worse.
Yeah. I don't know. Makeup. I've done some on my daughter, like to practice, but I'm not good at other people's makeup. I don't know how y'all do that. To me, that's hard.
It is.
Like,
It's not easy.
But I love watching like TikToks and videos of people doing their makeup. But that's a whole other. I don't know. That's hard.
So what inspired you to get into the beauty industry other than your love for the beauty world? Obviously,
um,
was it someone in your life? Was it
actually, me going into the beauty industry, I was the first person in my family to do this. So most of my family's in the medical field.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was kind of hard at first because I know my family, I'm sure, wanted me to go to college. And
Mhm.
back then, when I went to beauty school, the hair industry wasn't as elite as it is today. I feel like we've really come a long way because I feel like back then it was looked at more like, oh, like you are kind of like a dropout, or like you couldn't do anything else. So it was kind of not really.
I think
They
that
weren't
comes
really
from
excited
Grease,
for
the
me.
movie Grease, the
Yeah.
beauty school dropout.
Yeah.
What people don't realize, when you go to beauty school, you have to earn a license from
Mhm.
the state. You have to put in so many hours. You have to put in hours for sanitation and sterilization, so you don't have anyone break out on you. You know how to
Yeah.
handle it if that happens. I mean, there's so many things that
I mean,
factor
it's
into it.
mentally and physically draining. Like it's a lot. It's not easy to do this. People think it's so easy and you make a lot of money and you don't. Like you gotta really have a passion for it because it's hard.
Well, yeah, if you don't have
Mhm.
any clients, you don't pay your
Mhm.
bills.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. And now, I think self care, um, women and men are more about self care these
Mhm.
days, and that includes beauty services.
Yep.
And I think schools now are not as cheap as they used to be. Beauty schools, I think they're
No.
what 15, 16
Well, back when I
starting.
went, I paid like 15,000, and that was in 2005.
Well, it's
So,
probably more
so
than
it's
that.
way more now. Like it's not cheap anymore.
I was very fortunate. I took it in high school, and it was free.
Oh,
Of
that's
course, that
awesome.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm not in the beauty industry anymore.
Mhm.
Now I do this, but my tie to the beauty industry, I'm on the board for the Palo Alto College Cosmetology
Oh, that's
course.
cool.
So I get to mentor and talk about product knowledge and my stories and share the different avenues of the beauty world because some want to go into med spa, some want to go into hotels, some want to be an
Mhm.
entrepreneur, some just want to freelance and be
Yep.
mobile. There's there's a lot of money you can make doing each of those different things. or different paths, but they all take different things. So I'm able to kind of share those kinds of things with the students. And the good cool thing about the Palo Alto cosmetology program is you graduate with an associate's degree,
Wow.
and then you have a foot in the door to get your bachelor's degree.
Oh my gosh, that's
So that is. I
amazing.
wish I would have known about that.
Me too.
You know.
Yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
What has been one of your biggest mentors?
So once I got in the beauty industry, like once I started working, there was a few ladies that really took me under their wing. They mentored me. They were very hard on me, but it's because they saw in me
Yeah.
what I didn't see in myself. I was a young, sheltered girl, like coming from Floresville, like the south of San Antonio. I didn't really get out much or see things. When I started I actually started my career at KCharles in Alamo Heights. So that was.
That is a very good brand
Hmm.
as
Well,
a start.
Well, I knew I wanted to start somewhere good. Like I didn't want to just go on my own or go to some like little salon. Like no offense, but I just
That
wanted
was very
something-
smart of you,
yeah.
because what I hear from students in the cosmetology program that I'm affiliated with, they have this thing in their head that they're going to get their license and just rent a station, and they're just
Mhm.
going to make all this money,
Yeah.
because they're not taught that you got to buy all your products, you
Mhm.
got to pay for your licensing, because there's a separate licensing
Yep.
to have a booth,
Mm-hmm.
your rent, that if you have clients or not, rent still comes in. In some places, you have to pay your utilities,
Mm-hmm.
so they tank. So that was smart.
That's what I always
you.
tell people that ask me about this. Like, I always recommend out of school going and doing an apprenticeship, either in a salon or under someone, because in school you're only learning to do the basics to get past your
Yes.
test. In the salon, it's like a whole nother world to learn how to deal with clients. The teamwork that they help you with, because it's like, well, when you get into the salon, and I went into a really high end, fast paced salon.
And they have training and all that.
They trained
product
me.
knowledge, all that.
Yes.
That was very smart.
And it was like culture shock for me, because I didn't even know what sushi was. I had never heard of Central Market. Like, I didn't know any of that. I was like,
you
what?
in the 09, girl. You're
Yeah,
out
I
of
was like-
Floresville.
I was this little brown girl with tattoos in this bougie salon. So I was like, my eyebrows drawn in, like they fixed my eyebrows. Like, so it was cool, but they really took me under and showed me, like, they just saw that in me. And it's crazy because I didn't think I would ever be at this point in this industry, but I always will go back to them and thank them, because they pushed me, like they pushed me hard, and they knew I would be good at this,
That's awesome.
Mhm.
And it seems like you do that for others now.
Mhm.
Like you pay it
Yes.
forward,
Yes.
and you do that.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for sharing the positive of your industry. We're gonna take a quick break with some music, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about some challenges.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Yep.
Quiero que tú sepas que yo pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. De mañana, tarde y noche pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. Pienso en tus ojos tan lindos, pienso en tu dulce boca, pienso con un gran delirio, pienso con pasión tan loca. Quiero que tú sepas que yo pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. De mañana, tarde y noche pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. instante de mi vida pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. De mañana, tarde y noche pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. Pienso en tus ojos tan lindos, pienso en tu dulce boca, pienso con un gran delirio, pienso con pasión tan loca. Quiero que tú sepas que yo pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti. De mañana, tarde y noche pienso en ti, pienso en ti, pienso en ti.
KLMOK Alamo Tejano 98.9 FM, San Antonio's 92.1. Somos San Antonio. Good Saturday morning. We're back with live stories with April Monterrosa. Real quick shout outs going out to everyone joining us live on Facebook. Saludos para Juan Reyes Jr. out of Pleasanton, Texas. Francisco Ramirez, saludos. Good morning. Eric J. Velasquez. Sounds like he knows you guys. He said hello, April.
Hi,
and,
Eric.
yes. Lucia Jasmine,
Hi.
Cesar Martinez,
That's your
Marta
bestie.
Gonzalez
Yep.
from Lansing, Michigan.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a special place.
Hugs from Texas.
Yes, I got a special place in my heart for Lansing. I used to live up there years ago. Beatriz Elizondo Castillo, good morning. Same to you. God bless. Angelica Gomez, good morning. ¿Quién más anda por ahí? Rolando Palacio from Wisconsin, checking in.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. Jose Gutierrez también, saluditos, good morning. And all the people listening from Hobbs, New Mexico, Washington, San Marcos, Pearsall, Pleasanton, Uvalde, Houston, Crystal City, and Dallas. Good morning, and thank you for joining us once again. We're back with Life Stories with April Monterrosa.
All right. Well, welcome back. So we've shared some positive notes from your industry. What are some challenges that you've had?
Just when we did like the shutdown during COVID, that was
Okay.
really hard for our industry because
Oh yeah.
we didn't know what to do or
Yeah.
when we were going to be able to come back or how we were going to do that, like with restrictions and were people even going to do
People
their
were
hair?
scared.
Yeah.
I closed my spa down during that time,
hmm
but I had my media business already afloat. So yeah. I totally know what you went through in that. There we go. All right. So COVID happens. You can't work on clients. What did you do?
Honestly, for me, I made the best of it. It was pretty scary at first, just thinking, because I mean, realistically, like I didn't have a savings, I didn't have a plan in case I've ever couldn't do hair anymore. So it was a little scary to think, like, what do I do? How am I going to provide? But I also took it as a time to be with my kids because I work a lot and I was working a lot. And it's crazy, but even before we got shut down, I was kind of getting burnt out a little bit. And I was like, I just want to break. But
Well, here's the break.
yeah, I was like, well, they said, here you go, girl. You got 4 months to
Yeah.
not do nothing. So it was kind of like a time for me to really step back and start thinking of a work-life balance because I am a workaholic. Like I think I've grown up to my mentality is you're a good parent if you're a provider. And I never really realized that my kids need my time as well. And time is just as important. And that really was like my aha moment for that because I've always like worked. And thought, okay, that's being a good mom is making money for my kids and giving them a life that I didn't have. And I never realized how important it was to spend time with them. Like
For
they
sure.
want me around, and
For sure.
I needed to work on that and balance that out. And actually the shutdown helped me to realize how much they loved me being home with them and just doing little things with them, even reading a book with them or playing a game or coloring with them, and it was just so special to them.
I
So,
think that changes relationships
hmm
between parent and child. I have stepchildren. I'm a workaholic too.
yeah.
If it was up to me, I'd probably work till I passed out, like I
Mm-hmm.
used to when I was single.
Hmm.
But I schedule girls' days, and even if it's going to Walmart or going to the
Yes.
movies, or we just we'll go get Starbucks and cruise around, and we're just talking mess, right?
Hmm.
But that's a door for them to talk to me because you build that bond, that trust, that time. That's
Yes.
priceless. So
Yes.
whenever there's a problem at school, they're in middle school. Whenever there's a problem or some craziness happened at middle school, because middle
Hmm.
school's crazy.
I know my daughter just started 6th grade,
So
and
okay, so I have a 6th and 7th grader, and they come to me like, of course their middle school problems are way different than ours,
yeah.
but they come to me. That's why it's the
Mhm.
time. So that's good. I
Yes.
mean, that's good that it worked out for you that way.
Hmm.
You can always make money. I mean,
Yes.
yes, that is important. For me, it helped me get better about saving money, making
Yes.
smarter choices. Because when you're in the service industry, if you don't perform a service, you have no money.
Exactly. Like, what if I get hurt or hurt my hands, or
Exactly.
like I had a baby,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I had surgery this year, so like last year, so it's you gotta accommodate for those things in when you're on your own,
for sure,
So,
for sure. Well,
mm,
good for you. That's
thank
great.
you.
So you are the founder of Cutathon.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So that came about because um doing in this industry, when you have your cosmetology license, you can do anything. You can do hair, skin, nails. And the biggest thing for me was when so I've been married before and I had gotten divorced. My ex, I had moved to another state with him. And then when we got divorced, I came home and had to start completely over. I had nothing and I had my daughter. But having this license really helped me. Like, I can make money anywhere. I could make money up there. I did work in North Carolina doing
Okay.
hair still, and then I came home and did hair. And then even like with the shutdown, you could still do something if you needed to at home, nails, whatever. So I really wanted to give back to that to somebody because I feel like not everyone wants to go to college and work a 9 to 5, and there's a lot of people that go to school and they're kind of in between, like, so them or their family make too much to get financial aid, but they're still struggling. Because I remember having that when I was a single mom. I worked 3 jobs, and I remember trying to apply for assistance, and I made too much, even though my car was getting repoed.
Even though it was $2 more.
Yes,
No,
like I
I
had no
get it.
furniture, and I was like, okay. So with school, I know that happens. Like, people can't get financial aid, but then they also can't pay for school. And I feel like having a barber or a cosmetology license can just take you so far, even if you do it on the side, or I don't know. It helped me build my life back up, and I just wanted to pay it forward and give that opportunity to somebody else. So I came up with the idea to raise money. Like, I will do haircuts for donations, and whatever I make will go to a student or a future student in beauty school or barber school. And when I threw the idea out there, I actually got a lot of great feedback and a lot of people wanting to help. So I was
That's
like,
awesome because
wow,
they probably can relate to that.
yeah. So it started very small. I had it in at Vice Boutique. She allowed me to go in there for free and set up, and I had Bev doing braids for donations. Jasmine, that's when I first met Jasmine, and she had all her lashes and her merchandise. She came in and donated whatever proceeds she made. I had Karen coming in to do makeup. She did makeup for donations. Like, all these women took time out of their day to be there with me all day, away from their kids, doing services basically for free, but don't, because the donations went
Mhm.
straight to the grant. And and then I had outside people like donate to it. And the first year we raised like almost 2,000, and it was only like 5 of us.
Wow.
So
That's
it was
amazing.
really cool. Yeah, and I gave it to a student at Ogle, um, and her story was that she was paying monthly because she didn't get a grant, and she was falling behind. So, and she was almost done, but she was risking having to like leave school because she couldn't pay it. So
Mhm.
it helped her like stay in school and finish and get her license. So, and then it just started growing from there. Like every year, people were like, "Oh, I want to help." So like the second year, it was huge. We raised like $4,000. Like it was crazy. Like it just got bigger and bigger, and um, now it's an annual event. And my goal is to hopefully make it into an actual scholarship one day that can pay someone's full tuition, or more than one person. Because when we get the nominations, it's hard because we get a lot of stories and you want to give it to
For
everybody.
sure. For sure.
That's why I don't pick. I have a team of people that read the stories.
Do they
And
have to actually like apply for it?
yeah, they
Okay.
write. You can either like nominate someone and tell me their story, or you can write in your own story, just a little bit about like what your challenges is with school. Like are you in school? Are you trying to get to school but you can't? So it's hard for me to pick because I want to choose everybody. So I have actual people that read the emails and they kind of vote on who we're gonna give it to, like just based on their story and
That's
everything.
got to
So
be tough.
it is because I get some stories that, like last year, I had one that really made me cry because I could relate to her so much, and I was like, oh my god. But that's why I can't pick because it's so hard for me to
Because
pick.
it's more than that. I mean, you gotta think about everyone that is volunteering their time as
Yes,
well as yourself. People don't realize all that takes to put an event together, and then a charity event, no less. Like that's a lot
it's
of work,
hard.
and you want to be able to give it to someone that's doing their part. Meaning, what have you done to keep afloat? To
Yes.
not okay. I'm gonna try this and just
And
not
that's why
try
it
and
is.
work for it.
Yes, and it's a hard event because it is getting so big, and I don't think people realize that when I do this event, anything that I pay for, like I pay for the venue now, everything that comes out of my pocket. I don't use any money that gets donated to the grant towards that because I want every dollar to go to the grant because I want it as big as we can get it. So a lot of the stuff I pay out of pocket, and it can get crazy because it's hard. There's a lot of things that go into
For
it
sure.
behind the scenes, and that's why this is the first year. I'm actually going to ask for sponsors. We've sent a couple emails out. I have a few more because I need to get more. Like I need to
For sure.
because
Well, it's just
this year
you.
we have a lot of vendors.
I'm like,
Yeah,
it's just you.
yeah, and Jasmine, my friend Jasmine, everybody knows her as Lucci's.
Mhm.
She's really been my rock for a lot of things, but especially this event because she's behind the scenes putting it all together. Like she runs the Instagram, she's the one sending the emails, she's the one reaching out to people. Like she keeps it very organized when we have the event. She's there running around, making sure everybody's where they need to be. Like everything's going smoothly. So
Yeah, she's on my list too because she
yeah,
has that HEFA
have a mindset.
mindset. So
Yeah,
yeah,
she
she's on my show
she's a
list too.
chingona, so she's amazing. Like she's definitely women empowerment and all that. So I
That's good to have that on
appreciate
your
her
team.
so much,
Very good.
and all the vendors, like you said, like these a lot of these vendors are moms, they're family, people like they literally spend their whole day with me and give a portion of their profits. Even my vendors that sell merchandise, they give me a part of their profits that they don't have to, and then especially like the barbers come in and the hairstylists, they're literally giving their time for this.
For
And
sure.
it's so amazing and I appreciate it so much. Like they don't understand how much I appreciate all of them because I know how it is to give your time like that for a whole day event where you really don't get much
I mean,
back.
you're literally working.
You're working,
Your
yes, for
hands
free,
on
basically.
working. Yeah.
Yeah, so I love everybody that does this with me. Like it's just amazing. Like it gets me real emotional when I think about it. 'Cause I'm like, y'all really don't know how much I appreciate this. Like I love it.
So tell us when the next cutathon is.
It's February 26th. It's gonna be 12 to 5 at Pika Pika, the event center.
Okay.
this one's going to be really cool. I'm really excited for this one. We have some new things coming in. We have a face painter coming in for kids. We have a lot of vendors this time. Like I'm really shocked at how many vendors we're gonna have. So we're getting it big. Like this is gonna be, I think, a really big one. So it's
Well,
gonna
it
be
sounds like
fun.
you're growing every year. That's awesome.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank
Well, we're
you.
going to take another music break, and when we come back, she's going to share some beauty must-haves with us.
All right, but before we do, I want to send a quick shout out to Angela Gomez. Good morning. Also to Josie Gutierrez, DJ Bad Boy Al De Luna checking in. Thank you so much. Lucia Jasmine sends a shout out. Norma Galindo also live on Facebook.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, that's who that is. All right, cool. And of course, Ronnie T checking in. Good morning, vocalist and musician Donnie T. Let's do some Ronnie T for you. KLMOK Alamo Tejano 90.9 FM. San Antonio's 92.1. Somos San Antonio. We'll be right back.
Nada me duele más que verte llorando y nada me encanta más que ver tu bella cara cuando estás soñando. Nada me duele más que saber que estás triste y nada me alegra más que recordar los besos que tú me diste. Siento lo que tú sientes con algo más que mi mente. Te amo con algo más que mi corazón. Y esta es la razón. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Y ahora nada puede separarnos. Nada me duele más que verte llorando y nada me encanta más que ver tu bella cara cuando estás soñando. Nada me duele más que saber que estás triste y nada me alegra más que recordar los besos que tú me diste. Siento lo que tú sientes con algo más que mi mente. Te amo con algo más que mi corazón. Y esta es la razón. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Y ahora nada puede separarnos. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Nunca voy a estar sin ti. Estás en mi alma. Y ahora nada puede separarnos.
KLMOK Alamo Tejano 98.9 FM. San Antonio's 92.1. Somos San Antonio. Good Saturday morning. Quick shout out to Norma Galindo checking in on Facebook Live. También para Sonia Rodriguez.
Oh, Sonia.
Yes, I figured you knew her because
Yes.
so shout
That
out.
was one of my mentors.
Ah,
I love her.
cool.
Yes.
Also, Jennifer Lynn Myers, vocalist of Willie the Kid Cantu Starlight Band. Saluditos, good morning.
Hi,
Quick
Jennifer.
shout out to all the people in Austin, Hondo, Castroville, and Somerset checking in. Good morning. Once again, we're back with Life Stories with April Monterrosa.
All right, welcome back. So, There's so many trends on TikTok and Instagram, beauty trends. You know this.
Yes.
Everybody thinks they're an esthetician and a makeup artist right now that there's TikTok and Instagram. So aside from that, what are some 3 beauty must-haves? Not going with the trends. These are things that women should have.
So I guess I'm gonna say Botox. I love Botox.
Thanks for the reminder.
If you can get Botox, get it because it's the best. Okay. Everyone always is shocked at my age, and I'm like, Botox. No, I'm not kidding. Really, Botox. But also, I definitely think as I'm getting older, it's skincare for me. Like really taking care of your skin. Just and I do simple skincare because I feel like a lot of all these big like sets with all this stuff, nothing helped. And then when I started using like Cetaphil, it worked for my skin.
Cetaphil, it's the pH balance. This is my
Yes.
esthetician hat right here. It's the pH balance and it's neutral. So usually I would recommend acneic clients or rosacea clients or clients that wear makeup every day and their skin's fine for 1 week and then the second week it just throws up acne because it's so clogged. That's probably why it worked for you because
Yes.
that works on anyone.
Yes.
But I agree with you on the sets because like a lot of celebrities have these like 9
Yes.
product packs and like
Yes.
and it's funny because you have daughters, right?
Yes.
I have an 11-year-old stepkid and she's like, you need to get me some vitamin C serum. I'm like, girl, you're 11. What are you going to be doing with that?
I know.
She's like, well, it says it's for this and that. And it's funny how kids listen to you, right? And I'm like, girl, you don't need that. She's like, it's called preventing from that happening. And I'm like, oh my God. But yes, the serums, the toners, the mists,
Yes.
not everybody needs that.
Mm-mm.
So
much.
I think women should see an esthetician so they
Mhm.
can really get to know their skin from a professional point of view and
Yes.
know what to use so they're not throwing their money away.
Exactly. Or the wrong thing. I see a lot
Yeah.
of these, like you said, TikTok and stuff, and it's showing like all these scrubs or brushes like
Ugh.
aggressively, and I'm like, no, it's gonna give you wrinkles. But I mean, it did take me years to learn that by going to get facials and
For sure.
I didn't know that either. I would just follow a video or something, and it didn't work.
Oh
So-
my God. Yes. I think that's just you think, okay, I'm gonna have this aggressive scrub or this brush, and the more I scrub, right, it's gonna go
That's how I
away
was,
like
yeah.
an eraser.
Yes.
No, it actually scratches up your skin's
Yeah.
surface, and if you have any acne problems, it pumps up your oil glands and makes you break out more. So
Yes.
you're actually hurting your skin. Okay, so skincare 1. Second,
I think for me, you said beauty, right? Beauty.
3
I-
beauty must-haves.
Okay, for me, it's lashes because I look dead without lashes. So
Have you seen the Kermit meme?
yes, that's me.
That's me too. And my lashes grow down. So I've literally gone places without my lashes. Like if it's people I know, personally and have meetings and they're like, are you okay? You look tired. Do you have allergies? I'm like, no, I just have no lashes on.
Yeah.
Thank you though.
Yes, I just think that it just gives you such a different look. Like, yeah, I look bald or something. I don't know. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
What type of lashes do you prefer? Like what's the easiest for you? to
I
put on?
like strip lashes for me.
Okay.
I've tried extensions and they're amazing, but I'm real like, how do you say, like when I wash my face, I'm real like tosca, like this. So
Yeah.
I can't be doing like the combing and the
They're
pushing
very
them up.
expensive.
Yeah, and they're expensive. I don't have the time to be doing them every 2 weeks. So, and I love the feeling of ripping my lashes off and like rubbing my eyes. So,
And feeling clean.
Yeah,
Same
so
here.
I
I
like-
use magnetics.
oh, what?
I
I've
love
never
them.
tried those.
Yeah, you put the eyeliner and it literally just goes and pops right on. Easy.
I'm gonna have to try those because I'm there like with them sliding all over the place and like the glue's
Oh, no.
everywhere. So I have to put my liner thicker so you don't see my clumpy glue.
That's one thing that I like about the magnetic lashes versus the strip glue
Yeah.
because when it's humid, it doesn't affect your makeup, right?
Yes.
Because the humidity does kind of make your glue loosen
Yeah,
up a little
it
bit.
doesn't stay tacky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But that's funny. No, eyelash extensions are very expensive.
I mean, they're beautiful, but
They are beautiful, especially if they're mink.
yes.
They're beautiful, but you have to comb them. You have to wash them.
Yeah,
You can't tug on your eyes
I
because
know.
you'll definitely lose your real lashes.
Yeah.
And so it's an investment. If
It
that's
is.
if that's the route you want to go and you can afford it, hey, great. But,
Yep. Exactly.
all right, number 3. What's another beauty must have?
Mm, I would say lotion.
Okay.
Lotion. Like for your skin. Like I'm telling you, like I think as I get older, I just really am trying to take care of my skin, even on my body, because it's getting looser. So, so I just do like lotion now because I never used to before, and I'm dark, so I get ashy, and now I gotta use lotion. So I do that to keep my skin like smooth and glowy, trying to. So especially in Texas because the weather's so random.
Yeah.
So it's like humid, then it's hot, then it's cold,
I
and
need to get better about that.
yeah,
I exfoliate so much, so I don't really need to use a lot of lotion because
Yeah.
I do that.
yeah.
I'm always
I'm
like
sure people
scrubbing
thought I was
everything.
gonna say hair stuff, but honestly, I like to take care of my skin and body first before my hair. As you can see, it's why I have roots all the time.
Well, give us a. I know, girl. Don't look at me. I'm like, I need to make an appointment with you. What? Oh, give us a hair must-have though.
Definitely leave-in treatment, like a leave-in conditioner treatment. I love, especially again because the weather is so crazy here. Like you need to moisturize your hair, and for San Antonio specifically, my recommendation is to stop letting y'all's hair air dry overnight and flat ironing it in the morning. Like, I don't know why people do that. That's not helping your hair. Like, just blow dry it
Yeah.
before you go to bed, even if it's just real quick. Like, dry it first and then curl it or flat iron it. But
Why is that bad for the hair?
because one, so you're going to bed with it wet, so then it's drying all kinky and crazy, and so when you get up to flat iron it, you're having to go over it a lot of times because it's harder to get straight because you just dried it all crazy. Two, most people are not putting heat protectant in at night if they're doing that, which you should always put heat protectant in. Um, and three, it's like creating so your hair is going to be more flat. So it's going to feel oily. So you're going to wash it more, which is not good for your hair either.
For
So
sure.
if you were to blow dry it out, I guarantee you your hair would stay better. It would look better. It would have more movement. It wouldn't have that flat, like oily look. So I think people think it's helping because they're not doing like double heat, but you're not helping it. Like
I
just
dry my hair before bed, but I cool dry it.
yeah,
And my hair is like now with all the chemical stuff I've done to it, it's kind of like that mermaid wave.
yeah,
But so when I iron it and stuff, it's easy.
yeah, because you're drying it.
Yeah.
You're at least letting
But
it. You're
and
not
I
letting
can't
it-
go to sleep with my hair wet.
Yeah.
I just don't feel. It feels like
I know, it
yucky to
feels
me. I
weird.
don't know why.
I
don't-
can't either because you grow up Hispanic and they're like, "I'm gonna sleep with your hair wet. You're gonna get sick." So like,
No, I'm
used
like
to
I don't
that,
want to sleep on a wet pillow.
Yeah.
That's me. So what are? Give us 3 easy at-home beauty tips. Things, and it could be hair, skin, nails, makeup related, anything beauty that you can do at home.
3 easy. I mean, basically like that stuff. Like, so one is definitely so don't wash your hair every day, and when you do, shampoo it twice. Always shampoo your hair twice because the first shampoo is gonna get the oils like up, and the second one's gonna get them out. So your hair is gonna be cleaner. It's not gonna feel as oily. It's gonna last longer. I definitely would say that.
Does that apply to men as well? Just want to put it
yeah.
out there. Okay.
Yes.
Because I know we're talking beauty for ladies, but I just, if the guys are listening
And
out there,
facial
which,
hair.
Yeah.
That applies to facial hair
yeah,
too.
so guys, if you're listening, yeah, that applies to us as well.
Especially if you have
Yes,
thicker
please,
or longer
please wash
hair.
your hair
Yeah.
twice.
Nasty.
Making sure you do like wash your face twice a day, like in the morning and at night. Don't go to sleep with your makeup on. Like really don't. That's what I would say.
That, you know what? I gotten so good about that the older I've gotten
Me too, girl.
because years of going out, being young, and waking up with your eyeliner smeared all over. Yeah. It takes a toll on your skin.
It does.
It really does over time.
Like no matter how late I get home, like if we go out somewhere and we get home, I don't care how tired I am, I will take off my makeup no matter
Yep,
what. But
same
back
here.
in the day, I was like, I don't care, you know, like
Oh
and
no,
I'll
you
just sleep
care when
like
you
that.
get older
Yeah.
and you start seeing pores larger and all
Yes.
these different things.
Yes.
All right, one more. What's one more beauty tip, at home beauty tip?
Um,
Or give us something for men.
for men, I just feel like men have it easy. Like I don't know,
They do. Like that meme where it's one bottle and they wash their hair, their
Face,
body, they put
their
like everything.
yes.
Yeah, men have it easy.
I would say I don't know if this is really a beauty tip, but for like moms, like take time for yourself at home. Like really take a moment to like decompress and have that time by yourself. Like it's not selfish. It's not, your kids are fine. Like even if it's in the shower, like take a long shower or lay in the bed for a little bit or, just have a moment to yourself cuz
That actually does reflect on your hair, skin, and nails.
yeah, it does. Like
It really does.
it does because it just goes into everything, your mental health, everything. So
For
I just
sure.
feel like you got to be a little selfish sometimes when it's okay.
Were you gonna say something, Adam?
I just had a question, and I know it's kind of left field, but do you recommend a shampoo and a separate conditioner, or does a shampoo and conditioner all in one kind of still work the same? I've always wondered about that.
I think men should do a separate shampoo and conditioner. I think it would work
I
better.
just feel like the ingredients are kind of watered down, if you will,
Yes.
when it's something combined. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
always
I don't get how it can be like shampoo and conditioner in one. Like how? Like I don't get it. Like so, I would say like do both. My husband does both. Like he has a shampoo and conditioner.
and then I've seen this trend with dish soap in the hair. Tell me about that.
Oh no!
What?
Yes, there's a trend for people using. I think it's Dawn. I
Oh
don't
my
know. I don't
goodness.
know.
Your hair.
I don't know if it's a TikTok thing. I really don't know. And I'll be honest with you, my daughter started doing it, and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but
I can. It's to strip
I don't think it's
heavy
a
oil and color, like Pantene.
yeah. I don't think it's a daily thing.
Sorry, Pantene,
But-
but
I hate
I don't-
Pantene.
Pantene. When you get your hair freshly colored and you go home and you wash it with Pantene, it'll literally strip your hair color out.
I know she did have her hair colored, so maybe that's why she was doing it. But I continue to see that bottle of Dawn in the shower, and I'm like, I hope you're not using that daily because I don't know what that's
that
doing.
will
No.
just kill your hair.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure I let her know. So if you're doing that,
I mean,
if
she's
it's a TikTok
if she's
trend,
doing dishes in the shower, hey, I wish she's doing the dishes.
I wish you
man.
would just do dishes in the kitchen. But no, I see that, and I think even my wife has a bottle, and I'm like, I'm not sure. So I'm
No,
glad
that's
you're here, so I can
horrible.
ask that question. So
Yes.
I don't know, like again, I don't know if that's a TikTok trend or what's going on with that.
Maybe.
But okay,
TikTok
go
can
ahead.
literally tell people anything and people would do it. It's just so crazy.
Oh, that is
This
so
generation
hard.
is
I have
crazy.
to tell my stepkids, stop believing everything you see on social
I
media.
know.
Is that hard for you when clients come and they're just like,
Yes.
no, this is because TikTok said.
Yes. And I'm like,
How do you deal with that?
I mean, I'm just honestly, anybody who's ever been in my chair knows like I'm super blunt. I'm super upfront with you. So I'm going to be honest and just
But
tell
that's
you
good.
yeah, like I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to, because this is an investment. Like you're paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest with you. Even if I can't do something for you, I will tell you. Like I will not book people that I don't feel I can give them their results and stuff, But if you bring me some crazy thing on TikTok, I'm going to be like, girl, get out of here.
And I guess this kind of leads to the question that we have on Facebook Live from Eric. He says, "Do you believe that everyone should be required to have a license, especially if they're telling you to use Dawn soap?"
I do believe that. Yes.
if you're gonna pay a
because-
professional, of course,
Yeah, because people pay a lot of money for beauty services. So, I don't want
If you don't mind sharing, someone goes to HEB, buys a box color, totally puts dark brown, black in their hair,
Mhm.
and then they want to have highlights. Okay, that's considered corrective color because
Yes.
you're doing a whole transformation.
Yes.
How much is something like that with long hair?
So
Because
you-
us Latinas like long hair.
Yes. So usually when I do that, it takes like 6 to 8 hours, and I charge $100 an hour. So it's like $700 to $800 for a really long one. Usually it's $600. So
That's why I can't stress this enough. If you
Mhm.
want to have this really cool beauty look, seek a professional before you're spending corrective dollars.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
I wasn't thinking that figure, but okay.
It's a long.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's a long
It's
process.
the time.
Yes.
for the
and the
chemical
products,
to,
like people don't realize I use very expensive products when I'm doing your hair. Like I'm not gonna use, cheap things on
For
you.
sure.
So, and even sometimes that, like even 600, it still doesn't even really cover what I did. But I mean, I'm not gonna like go any higher than that,
Yeah.
So my
But
guess is a lot of the products are not like store bought or like from
they're professional,
Yeah.
so they're like really expensive.
yeah, they're professional grade.
Yeah, and I go
think
through a lot of it.
possibly the clients don't understand that. They just
And they
think
don't.
yeah.
They don't. So they just see that number like, oh my gosh, she's so expensive. But I do have Afterpay now. I have financing. So
Nice. That's super cool.
Yeah.
They didn't have that when I was doing services.
Wow.
yeah,
That's
because I do
awesome.
everything in payments.
Share a fun fact about yourself.
I don't know. Like,
What do you like to do when you're not working?
I definitely love to be with my kids, but I also love to literally watch TV.
Just do nothing, really.
Do nothing, like decompress, like not talk, nothing, because I do it all day. But
Because you're a therapist. When you're in the
yes.
beauty industry, you're a therapist.
yes,
You are.
yes, definitely. Like it can definitely be draining, and you're like, what? But I honestly I enjoy just being like out with my girls or like my friends, like just doing like I just like to do things with people, and I love to host at my house and have like parties or like get-togethers.
You hear that, Adam?
Yeah. When's the next party?
Yeah, like I just like we just like to just be with family and friends, and
Nice.
like but a fun fact, I don't know. I don't really know if I'm interesting like that. I guess I'm like people, I guess when you get to know me, you see like I'm more funny and like silly, but people always see me just like in pictures or they don't really know that side of me. So
Yeah, yeah. I can see
I
that.
guess.
So, how can people find you on social media? Because I know you have your Hair by a Blonde and then you have your Cut-a-thon. So, tell us both how we can find you.
So Facebook and Instagram is Hair by a Blonde, and then I do have a Cut-a-thon Instagram as well, which will be like if you want more info for the Cut-a-thon, it'll be on there. And then I have my personal, which is Atalaya Figueroa.
All right,
my
awesome.
personal
So I'm curious about the name. How did you come up with that name?
Hair by a Blonde.
Yes.
So I've always been a blonde. Well, in my adult years, I've been a blonde probably like 15 years. And when I came up with the name, it's because I know my name is hard to say, so I didn't really. And then I just like, okay, no offense to everybody who has like hair by and their name, like I'm not like
You
but
just didn't
It-
want to
it's-
do that. You
I
wanted
just
to be
didn't want to do
different.
that. Yeah, I didn't want to do that, and I knew my name was hard for people, so I was like, well, I don't want them to like not come to me because they can't say my name. So I was like, well, I want like a play on words, kind of, So I was like, well, I'm a blonde. I'm gonna always be a blonde, and so I'm gonna do Hair by a Blonde. And when I went to go get my DBA, I told the lady, and she was like, I like that. That's super cute. And I was like, okay, that makes me. That's what I wanted. So
You're like, good
that-
choice, good choice.
Good choice. Yeah. So that's where I came up with it. So,
All
yep.
right. And,
kinda-
and again, tell us about the Cut-a-thon. When is that going to be?
February 26th at from 12 to 5 at Pika Pika. It's a free event for the public. Like come in. There's gonna be merchandise, shopping, haircuts, face painting. We're gonna have music, food. The food is really good. So just come in, enjoy yourself, and shop.
All right. Well, I can't wait. Thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
And all the listeners, we will see you next week.
Just if I might jump in just real quick. So I want to say hello to Angel Agado, and then Laura Rodriguez just checked in, and she wants to have your social media information once again. So let's put that out there real quick.
Okay, it's Hair by a Blonde, and then the Cut-a-thon is Cut-a-thon on Instagram, but Hair by a Blonde on Instagram and Facebook.
And we'll definitely put it in the comments.
Sure. Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This is April Monterosa, and be sure you follow Live from the Southside at Southside SATX on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and myself at April May Media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. And we will see you next Saturday.
Yay.
This is KLMO 98.9 FM Delhi San Antonio. K221 GF 921 of San Antonio. This is KLMO